It's Straker. He's got the ball immediately, almost from kick-off. Switches it over to the right-hand side, looking for Tom Smith. He's beaten to it. He's got the loose ball there. Tom Smith, he's in for a goal, and Hutchings has to dive his feet straight away. Under 20 seconds, City nearly had a very early breakthrough in this tie down here at Tattenham. It's cleared down the right side by Pettifer, trying to be kept in play. And picked up again from Compton. Lightning start from Bath City. It's now Smith trying to get in behind Andy Watkins. He's taken a deflection off a Poole defender, and it's gone behind for a corner. The final touch was off Will Speck. There's Compton to take, left-footed towards that 6-yard box, and it's headed forward from Rigg. Well, picked up. Button goes down there under a few complaints, and Poole can try and break now down the right-hand side with ball forward, trying to find Gillespie. Is intercepted from Straker. Plays a ball over the top for Rigg. He's been to it. Captain Wiskin, and now over the top from Moore, and it's a good one as well because Gillespie could be onto this. He's behind Straker, plays a decent ball in towards the middle, and it's only a half clearance of Miles Welsh-Hayes. No, he did play a neat ball over to the right side, the Welsh-Hayes, with the fullback miscontrolled. He's got it back now, under pressure from Constable in the Poole half, inside to Watkins, trying to get away from his man. Ball comes into the box. Oh, Compton nearly got there first, and that is excellent defending from Corby Moore to clear the ball over his own crossbar because he's only about 3 yards from his own goal. Sweeton is screaming for more players to go forward. Poole left 2 back. It's another deep free kick, but Riggs beaten in the air from Brooks, and City can try and break now with Tom Smith. He's got Edwards up ahead of him. Instead, he's opted for Watkins. He's faced by Smeaton. Watkins has got the better of him. Cuts inside now. Andy Watkins inside the penalty area. Still trying to find space for a shot. Tom Smith keeps it in. Drawn across. Goal! No! Compton's pretty wide! It's an inexplicable miss from Jack Compton. He was only around 4 yards out. The ball fizzed out to him. But he had the goal gaping in front of him, and he has knocked it wide of the post. The only credit I would say give to Compton, saying it wasn't sort of the worst miss you'll ever see, is there. I don't think he expected it. Oh, and Manqua certainly wasn't expecting that, as Poole could be in. It's Warren Bentley with a right-footed shot. No, straight at southward. This free kick down the side. Oh, Devlin gets it in. It goes through a crowd of bodies. It's now Matt Richards. Flicks it on to Straker. Good ball from him to Andy Watkins. And that's a clear foul from Wiskin. And if that's not a yellow card, I'll be absolutely astonished. Referee Matty Buonasisi goes straight to his pocket, and precisely midway through the first half, Jamie Wiskin, match winner last week, yellow card this.
Yeah, that was like a proper foul.
It was a reducer, I'd say.
Yeah, it's certainly Andy Watkins certainly took. Hopefully, no damage done to Andy Watkins.
Here's Sean Rigg now, left-footed shot. Oh, gone wide. Loose ball pounced upon there. Throw into the home side. So to Devlin. Manages to find some space, Devlin. Nobody's really charged him down, and it's a slice from Jack Batten. A horrible moment for the centre-back, but fortunately it had enough purchase to carry into Southwood's hands before Constable could pounce. Watkins misses out. It's over to Gillespie on a lovely turn from Gillespie, and he's trying to stay on his feet to his credit, but fails to do so. It's fouled from Straker, who looks like he's going to pick up City's first caution of the afternoon. Matt Richards over the top of it, takes it quickly, and flags still. Very late flag on Opie Edwards. He missed anyway. Through on goal. I think they were waiting to see maybe whether Andy Watkins had latched onto it, but really intelligent play there from Matt Richards. Manqua gets a touch in. Yeah, another offside on Bentley. Had he gone in, and Manqua stayed down, stretching with that challenge. Worry Jerry Gill on the Bath City bench, and he's not moving, Kevin Manqua.
He's not, is he? And Luke Southwood saying, come on quick. And of course he was out with the Poole, wasn't he, earlier in the year, and this doesn't look good for Kevin Manqua.
Moore plays it forward. City win it back from Rigg. He couldn't quite find Tom Smith, who was brushed aside from Marvin Brooks. Referee thinks there was nothing in that, and Brooks can try and break forward on the halfway line. He's turned back inside. City are definitely getting down ball ready to come on. With Bentley down the left-hand side, so he's a dangerous one to the box. Constable heads over the bar from 6 yards out. A lovely ball back in from Bentley, and Constable didn't get underneath it. It's gone over. Chance of Poole.
Yeah, I mean that was a really good chance that they should have buried, but it was put over. It's just one of those chances that come to a forward, just over 6 yards out. The header comes in and he's put it right over the bar, about a foot over the bar. Dan Bourne is now coming on for Kevin Amankwa.
Welsh Hayes picks it up. Smith up ahead of him on the halfway line now. Welsh Hayes manages to find Opie Edwards down the right, watch from AFB. Still going Edwards, cuts inside the Watkins. Welsh Hayes is now up ahead of him. An attacking run from the fullback, Welsh Hayes. Trying to get the other side of AFB. Try and get a ball in, but good defending from the fullback at the expense of the corner.
You've got those ones at the top, you're probably playing a little bit more with your Havens, your Chelmsfords and your Dartfords, but hang on.
So over the top towards Constable, played forward from Gillespie. Constable trying to turn away. It's now to Gillespie with a dreadful shot in all honesty. He's headed on from Batten, Welsh Hayes, Opie Edwards. Cutting inside with a couple of men. Last remaining seconds of this first half, and City can make the breakthrough here. It's Andy Watkins charging down the right-hand side. He's got Rigg into the middle. Excellent covering from Colby Moore. Only as far as Watkins again. This time he's dinked it to the back post. Compton heads it across goal, and is just about flicked over from Hutchings. Much more difficult chance for Compton than his last. And in all fairness, he did well to direct that towards goal. And credit to Hutchings tipping over.
He did.
Referee Buonasisi watching the movement in the middle. It's gone through a crowd of bodies. Sean Rigg has gone in! It wasn't cleared off the line. Sean Rigg got the slightest of touches. Pettifer wasn't able to get it away. Sean Rigg's first league goal for Bath City. On the stroke of half time, it's Poole 0, Bath City 1.
Yeah, and the ball came over. Defender couldn't get rid of it properly, and Sean Rigg from about 7 yards, left footed, bangs it into the ground, and then it ends up in the back of the net. So I think, well, that's just what City needed. And they've created the best chances. Poole have played some nice football, and but that's just what City need. 1-0 up, away from home.
And here's Constable, they're bearing down on goal. Forced wide, drills it all the way across, and just behind Bentley, who was waiting in the middle. It's up again. Oh, it's poor ball back inside, all the way behind everybody, and City can try and break with Tom Smith with a diagonal ball over the top. It should carry for Opie Edwards, who's going to get there first for Smeaton. Opie Edwards works his way the other side of the defender, plays it back towards the middle, but whisking on hand to clear, not very convincingly at all. It's back to Tom Smith, now Welsh Hayes on the right hand side with a floated ball in. Compton, Watkins rather, gets there first. Now it's Opie Edwards, takes an extra touch, and it's saved from Hutchings. It's out to Andy Watkins, who drills the ball in from around 3 yards out. 2 minutes into the start of the second half, and City have started it as strongly as they finished the first. It's Poole 0, Bath City 2.
Yeah, that all started with a fantastic ball from Tom Smith in the centre circle, out to Opie Edwards on the right, and after he skimmed past a couple of players, and this time he found Watkins, who drilled it in into the roof of the net from about 5 yards out, and that is just the sort of form that City need to show as they push towards the playoffs.
It's Andy Watkins, who's now closing in ever more on Dave Pratt's record of goals. But Poole on the attack straight away. Marvin Brooks, a stinging shot. It's a brilliant save from Luke Southwood. Oh, that could be a key moment as the corner comes in, headed towards goal, just wide. I think it was Wiskin again, who scored last week against Dartford, around 4 yards out, a flashing header. No, Sean Rigg had made a run, he does go short to Rigg. I'm wearing number 18 now. Bloodstained shirt having to be replaced. It's over to Straker in the centre circle, under pressure. And a lovely touch from Compton, back to Straker now, central. Down the left-hand side, Watkins has stayed on side, away from the Poole defence. Can he drill a ball back from Andy Watkins? He can, it's Smith, oh, nearly got a shot away, it was robbed off him. Huge how prolific they are in the league.
But it's at home where they've struggled to score. They've had so many goalless draws.
Oh, here's Watkins to Rigg, late flag on Sean Rigg, who's going to shoot nonetheless. City still can't get it away, although a loose ball will help them with Opie Edwards, creator of the second goal, and cutting inside now. Tom Smith nicks it off him. Lovely ball down the left-hand side. It's dummy from Watkins. It's now Sean Rigg. Tries to switch it in, or it's not fully cleared from Poole. They get away with it. And Colby Moore towards Constable. Drop deep for possession. Former Oxford man, and he's giving it away to Tom Smith. City got break here. Riggs up ahead of him, and it's given away, but it's fallen kindly to Andy Watkins inside the penalty area. Left-footed shot is over the top of the crossbar from Andy Watkins, and I'd say Tom Smith, when he got that ball back, he had a couple of options, but
I thought he was
sign
going
of
to have a
confidence.
shot. Yeah, I think if he had a shot.
Hutchings tries to find the substitute. Right side, and he's tripped from Matt Richards.
He's going to get a booking, I'm sure. Yeah, here comes the card. So that's
62.
Second booking. Striker booked on the half hour for a foul.
It looks like Gillespie's gone at top, where he has been prolific at some past clubs. Bashley's all-time leading scorer. Here's Watkins, gets the ball across the rig. Oh, blocked. It's out to Compton with a left-footed half volley and just wide of post. Sean Riggs' initial shot was charged down by the defence. It ran slightly awkwardly, I'd say, for Jack Compton. He swung a leg at it and it's gone a yard wide. Hutchins had it covered. Tricks the midfielder, brings him down. The referee plays a good advantage. Sean Rigstein right inside. I think that could be a card coming for Devlin when the play stops. Here's Smith. Could go in alone. Smith, he tried to dribble his way through a crowd of bodies. One touch too many. Here's Richards. Down the left-hand side. Delicious ball finds Compton. He's got time to cross. Facing Colby Moore. A couple of step overs and Compton, lovely work from the winger. Drills across, Tom Smith, header, goal! A lovely goal at that, midway through the second half. Work from Jack Compton down the left. Tom Smith, not known for his aerial ability, but he planted it superbly into the corner. It's Poole 0, Bath City 3.
Well, that was absolutely superb work from Jack Compton on the left-hand side. Step overs, beats player, and then a quality cross. And Tom Smith getting where, to me, he's most effective in the penalty area, and a very good downward header into the corner of the net. Andy Watkins coming off and Semenya coming on as well.
I thought Antoine Semenya did really well on Tuesday when he came on, and around a similar time, slightly earlier. I think he came on just after Yemi Odebade's only goal of the game. Whisking forward, this is a chance for Epa. It's just gone over the bar. Here's Rigg, plucks that ball out there beautifully, and now finds Opie Edwards approaching the penalty area. Opie Edwards back to Rigg again, still going Sean Rigg, and he's robbed a whole crowd of Poole defenders, 6 of them in their own penalty area, and Rigg couldn't find a way through. Here's Opie Edwards still, back inside to Smith. Edwards again. Now Richards, Smith again, City keeping hold of possession. Very short, intricate passing, and they're being forced back from Poole. As far as down ball, this time there's a more advanced pass to Smith. Compton again. He's got 8 men behind the ball, surprisingly. Poole is still bringing everybody back, and he's still managed to find Miles Welsh. He's in oceans of space down this right-hand side. And his ball in is blocked from AF Burt and just goes behind for a corner to City. City's top scorer with 12. 2 assists to his name as well today. Pleased with this afternoon's work. This corner's it's huge sort of change of direction, curve on the board. I think the wind took that really. They nearly deceived everybody as Poole try and break now. Straker clambers over Constable. Arms aloft, can't believe the decision hasn't gone his way. It's a long ball forward for Semenya, but Whiskin manages to usher it back to goalkeeper Hutchins and more, but no foul. It's out to Deco. He definitely has been fouled from Straker. Could be in a bit of trouble there. The referee wants a word, and Straker was booked earlier. Back to Devlin. Poole, City have 10 men behind the ball, but it's still find Constable inside the penalty area. Bentley, a couple of keepy uppies, lovely work from Bentley, had the room to do so, and Devlin with a shot flashes over the top of the crossbar, and rare effort on goal there from the Dolphins in the second half.
Changes games, and I think also teams come to Twerton Park to defend in depth quite often, and
Poole have to do some defending here. Semenyo's trying to get the other side of Whiskin, linked up lovely with Opie Edwards. Over to Sean Rigg, forced wide. Compton now. He's going to send another ball in. It's all fumbled from Hutchings, and grateful that Walker was on hand to clear. It's down the left-hand side with Constable, turns under pressure, gets a ball across which hangs in the air. It's picked up from Otideko. Oh, he's nearly come through in the end to Bentley. It's amazing he wasn't even in the 16 for so long, because the likes of James Morton playing so well that Richards couldn't get a look in, but kept his head down, keeps working hard. I know he still trains, travels all the way from Essex for these matches, and the attitude is one for these younger players to replicate, like Miles Welsh-Hayes now down the right-hand side, drills the ball across the middle, and then he finds Semenyo's shot is charged down again from Hutchings through a crowd of bodies. An excellent save from the goalkeeper, who was clearly unsighted, and he's prevented a fourth goal going past him and giving the scoreline a really lopsided look.
Yeah, that was a fantastic save. I thought Semenyo was going to put the ball in the net, but from about 2 yards he reacted brilliantly and managed to keep the ball out of the net.
There's Compton inside to Jarvis. Forced back with his back to goal. Now to Straker again. He's going to try and get the other side of Devlin, who's tiring, the Poole midfielder. Numbers thinning at the stadium. Straker still going, and he's gone down under a challenge. Referee waves his arms out to say no penalty. City have had enough of them this season, but wasn't interested.
There's a bit of aggro going on there with the. I don't know what's going on there with
Straker is being held back.
Yeah, and I hope he's not going to, because he has been booked. I don't know what's going on, and he's going. I think he's going to go.
He is. Yes, it's a second yellow.
That is so unfortunate.
I'm not, unless something really bad has happened in that corner. He has got a bit of a temper on him, Anthony Straker. But the situation City are in, and now they're going to lose a fullback for a game when the game is over, and he's being applauded off, I presume, more for his performance.
His performance has been excellent. That was just so unnecessary.
Straker's been, ever present since he's come back in the side in January. Here's Jarvis, who tried his best to defuse the situation. Here's Opie Edwards now, but real across the scoreline. Yes, he can! What an emphatic finish from Opie Edwards. Shortly after City reduced to 10 men, they're now ahead by 4 goals. 18 yards out, roof of the net, 91 minutes. Poole 0, Bath City 4.
Yeah, that was a tremendous strike. I mean, it's just where you want to put it in the top corner. It's the sort of shot that Poole have had many times. It's just gone wide, but he put it just where the keeper couldn't get it. And 4-0, but they will just having Anthony Straker sent off a few moments ago. Really, that's going to have an impact next week. And you'd imagine, well, I'm trying to think of the back four. You'd imagine Dan Ball would go to left back, and I'd hope Kevin Amanka would be fit. But if he's not, you're starting to get a little bit thin at the back up with your options.
Here's Brooks trying to pull one back. Consolation for Poole Town, and numbers around us thinning out even more. He tends 3-6-3, around less than half of this fixture last season. Yet again, they're on the receiving end of a thrashing, and it could get worse because Tom Smith is charging forward. He's got Edwards around him to the right-hand side. Still going is Tom Smith, and he's played it across the middle to Edwards. He's missed his kick, but he could still get it. Opie Edwards, well charged down from Hutchings, who's made a terrific double save, in all honesty, and he's got it behind. That would have been 5-0, and that would have been cruel on the hosts. And that's the last action of the game, where Bath City have run out emphatic winners here at the Tatnam ground and heap more misery on Poole Town at the bottom. They opened the scoring in first half stoppage time through Sean Rigg, who's finished just about managed to beat Carl Pettifer on the line from Jack Compton's low corner. City doubled it just after the interval. Probing run from Opie Edwards. His shot was charged down, and Andy Watkins gleefully knocked in the rebound. City made it 3 on 68 with great work from Jack Compton again down the left-hand side. A perfect centre for Tom Smith to nod in from 6 yards out. They were then reduced to 10 men. Anthony Straker picked up a second yellow for a few words with Poole players in stoppage time, but immediately after, City made it 4-0 with Opie Edwards hammering the ball into the roof of the net. It's City's biggest away win of the season, and it reminds the top 7 that they are not going to be forgotten about.
And there's a few City fans who've taken their tops off there in this freezing weather to applaud the victory. They have got some guts.